Installers should use stripping tools to prepare cables. An ordinary knife could damage cable insulation as shown in this example. Damaged cables and insulation could cause personal injury or damage. This installation is unacceptable. Cables should look like this. These examples shown are from real live installations and are not composed for this video. This distribution frame for cross-connection was actually brought into service. It looks untidy and has no cable markings. This badly connected cable could have been due to improper use or the use of a defective tool, if one was ever used. This installation is unacceptable. This alarm connection box is neat and tidy. The cables are correctly formed and properly terminated. This standard can only be achieved by the correct use of the correct tool. This standard of installation is perfectly acceptable. Roof spaces can often hide many sins. A competent installer would never leave a cable ladder organized in this way. Power and signal cables should always be separated. They should always be neat and well secured to the cable ladder. As a general rule, power and signal cables should be kept to the opposite sides of a cable ladder. Cables with similar functions may be grouped together, for example, AC, alarm, DC, and PCM cables. This standard is perfectly acceptable. Cables entering cabinets should pass through protective grommets or glands of some description. Contact with sharp metal edges shall never be allowed. This standard is unacceptable. Acceptable materials include rubber grommets, glands, seals, bushers, or grommet strip as shown here. This standard is perfectly acceptable. Cable bent radii should always be observed. A tightly bent cable will always be under stress. This stress can affect the cable itself or components in contact with it. Earth cables will also lose their effectiveness due to the increased inductive effects. The installation shown here is not acceptable. Cables should be so organized as to have no sharp bends. The example shown here is perfectly acceptable.